Hey everyone, let's talk about markets and really two industries that are moving right now, and industries you're probably not going to think of when I say let's talk shop about stocks. So number one is the China ADRs. Hong Kong came in yesterday and basically said, hey, we're going to pump up the stock market. And what happened with that? Well, we saw over $20 million in PDD calls. That is a massive order, probably the biggest order I've ever seen. They bought PDD calls. The stock was already up about 8% on the day. By the way, it's up $2 already pre-market. And they came in. So what I did was I bought the May calls. I didn't go out to January like they did. I said, you know what? I want to trade that I can stay in for maybe 1 to 4 days or so. And the May calls are going to wake up, or when the market opens here, I'm fishing pre-market, they're going to be very, very nicely. Another name I did in the China ADR was NEO. NEO had a nice flow in NEO, and my line got tangled there. Had some nice calls in NEO, so it took the May 3.5 calls. They were already up about 30 to 40% after I bought them in the webinar at 10 a.m. So make sure you attend all the webinars, by the way, whether it be the trainings, whether it be the webinars, because, you know, market's open, gonna trade. So those are two names I really like. You also have BABA. You also have Baidu, which Citron is trying to get moving to the upside there. But you could look at the FXI, triggering a breakout actually on Platform X as well, as a position to take. So I like targeting the top names, and my two top names in the China ADRs are going to be NEO and PDD. So I just like going out, you know, front month options, which is May expiration. The other sector and industry I really like is healthcare. If you're part of Shadow Trader, you know I've been adding to Pfizer as much as I can every time it dipped, and then finally got rewarded these past couple of trading days. So Pfizer, top name. We saw Eli Lilly do very, very well. We saw NVS up 5% this morning. Bristol Myers, another name to look at in that sector. Obviously, your big dog names like United, just a little too pricey for me. And then some sectors to look at for shorts. Well, what has been very weak, very recently, and we got a fish here, it's been the chips. So if you look, for example, yesterday, yeah, you had Nvidia up, but if you look at names like, oh, there's two bass on them, chasing them. If you look at names like Marvel, if you look at names like AMD, they really didn't even catch a bounce with the NASDAQ very, very strong yesterday. So check out those names for shorts, or you can look at Intel, by the way. Intel name very, very weak, because you always want to be hedged, right? You want to have some longs on, you want to have some shorts on, and when I say hedged, you want to be prepared. You want to be proactive for anything that happens in the market. Market sells off, hopefully you make money on your Marvel, AMD, those chip stock puts, and hopefully you have rotation into healthcare, so you make money on your Pfizer, your Bristol Myers, your calls there in the healthcare sector. So that's the basis of a hedge fund. You know, we think of hedge funds as these very, you know, rich people and how they're always beating the market. Well, shouldn't you trade like a hedge fund? Shouldn't your portfolio, your book, always be hedged like you're a hedge fund trader out there? So that's the basis of what I'm trying to do in my trading, because we are seeing the markets go up and down and be very, very like a roller coaster, very, very hard to time. So you always want to be prepared for the markets. That's what I'll be talking about next week on Monday, is singling out the top stocks in the industries for longs, but also shorts. And that's something that I think a lot of people don't think about. They think, oh, I got to have the hot stock of the day. I got to trade Nvidia. And then once it goes wrong, or once they start turning south, you know, you're caught with your pants down, and that really, really could blow out your account. So be prepared. Like I said, this has been probably the best trading year I have had here in 2024, despite taking some L's. And for example, Tesla ain't been good to me over these past couple weeks. But I'm always hedged in my book, and that's why this year's been so good. So I'll see you Monday. We're doing a live webinar on singling out the tops. Do we got another one? Singling out the top stocks in the industries for longs and shorts. So I'll see you there. I'm gonna go back to fishing because I just missed another bass.